What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm gonna give everybody a moment to come into the room. We're gonna have us a nice Saturday show today, highlighting a lot of Q&A, answering questions about things that have been going on with the Dolphins over the last week, and also a preview of the playoff matchups that are coming up, which I will be streaming with those games. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. What's up, EM? First mod in the building. Shout out to everybody coming through. Kingzilla said about time. Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is about time. I'm great, Oliver FM. I see you, man. I'm good, man. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. We already got 40 people here, only 7 likes. Punch that like. Ooh, Finsanity in the building. We miss you. We miss you. Man, that's a nice uplifter. Finsanity's rocking with us right now. 45 people in the room, only 17 likes. Now it's 50 people in the room. Y'all hit that like button, guys. I'm going to wait for the like button a little bit. Shout out to the Mod Squad, FM, Finsanity, GOEM. That's what's up, man. Imagine if Tanny returns to Miami for the Super Bowl. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, because I done already pictured Tannehill going to the Super Bowl. Man, I just sitting back, man. This is why I be, man, listen, man. I ain't trying to toot my own horse, but at the end of the day, I'm about to toot it. Y'all got to start listening to me, man. I be dead on, man. I be spot on. You know, just trust it. Now, y'all remember a week and a half ago, Chase Young going back to college, TD. I said, if you really believe that, you're ridiculously delusional. TD, why can't we just listen to the reports? Some of them are accurate. That doesn't mean you're right. You're ridiculous if you think Chase Young wasn't coming to the NFL draft. And I was actually shocked that people were arguing with me about it. It was right on TMZ. Just stop. Stop. Sometimes chill and just listen to TD, man. Chase Young has declared to the NFL. Miami's not in a position to get him unless they really want him. Ooh, think about that. We're not getting Chase, so that's irrelevant right now. Wetson, how is it irrelevant? You don't know what's going to happen in the draft, bro. You don't know what's going to happen in the draft. I personally feel like it's not likely, but you don't know what's going to happen in the draft. So, I mean, nobody can be sitting there, oh, we're not going to get this person or that person. With all the assets we have, we can get who we want. It's just a situation of whether that's who they want or not. All right. So that's just my take on that little piece of it. What about Tua? Nothing about Tua. We're going to find out on Monday. He has a huge decision to make. I hope he makes the best one for him and his family. I think the best one is him going back to school. Unless a team has guaranteed they'll draft him in the top 5 or top 9, money wise, top 7, you know. So we'll see, man. Yannick Ngakoue, man. I hope so, man. I hope so. I can't wait for free agency, man. I can't wait. I think he'll stay at Bama. You think Redskins going to trade the pick? You never know. I mean, that's my whole point. You never know. That's right. Who we want and where we want. Yep. If I'm Tua, I'm going pro. If I'm Tua, I wouldn't. Because if you go in the second round, you just missed out on about $40 million. And who's to say that you don't start getting hurt in the pros or don't even turn out to be that guy? You know, people want to ignore that that's a possibility. Man, you better go get your $40 million right now. Right now. TD, who you got Bills of Texas? I'm going to do the predictions at the end of this stream. I'll do the predictions on the games for today. You already know who I got at 8:15. Now, listen, Miami. Listen, Dolphin fans. If you're a real Dolphin fan, you should be rooting for the Buffalo Bills today. I know it puts you in a little conundrum and it's an awkward situation, but you should be rooting for the Buffalo Bills today. Because, again, if the Houston Texans lose today, that means we have a first-round pick that's even better. It's going to be 20th or 21st, 22nd or 23rd, just depend. They didn't end up with better records than some of the other teams that might lose in this first round. So that might be a 20 or 21st pick overall. You might have 3 first-round picks in the top 20. I ain't got no taste for the Bills, but today, do your job. Do your job, baby. Do your job. And you definitely should be rooting for Tannehill today. Not because there's any playoff implications. First off, we want New England to lose, of course. But the man ain't did nothing wrong in Miami, man. He was a good model citizen. We didn't want him anymore. He left with pride. He even took a pay cut to help us out. And now he's showing us we were wrong. So we need to go ahead and eat our pride and go ahead and do what's necessary, baby. So that's just where I stand. We'll talk about those. I'll talk about the real predictions at the end of the show, though. Okay? RT 0-6 at Foxborough. Yeah, but look what teams he was carrying in the Foxborough. Look what teams he was carrying in there. Shout out to Elder Bruce Jones. Shout out to you, man. Can we talk about Chan Gailey? Yeah, let's go ahead and get that out the way. Because everybody's been wanting my take on it. Here's what I don't understand. What's the problem with hiring Chan Gailey? A lot of people are bent out of shape about it. Like, what are we doing? Hiring an offensive coordinator who knows how to run the ball out of the spread offense, who knows how to spread the receivers out and let them show their personal talents with a good scheme that offers protection. But TD, look how old he is. What does that got to do with anything? Stop, y'all. If the man can breathe and talk, then what's the problem? Shout out to Devo, Self-Made Miller with the donation, said, who we going to pick with our first pick? It's a good question, man. At number 5 is a tough spot. It's a tough spot. If Andrew Thomas is available, it's a no-brainer. We're getting Andrew Thomas. That's just my take. Outside of that, I'm personally one of those guys who want to move out to like number 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 and pick up another first-round pick for next year. That's just where I am. All right? I just had to stop y'all and answer the donation because I always acknowledge those. So back to Chan Gailey, man. Why not? I mean, what's the problem? The man might come in and turn our offense into a powerhouse, just going crazy next year. And nobody's going to go back to, oh, we didn't want him, or why we were complaining about it. Like, I mean, people are so quick to jump on somebody, and most people didn't even know who he was. Most of the people complaining didn't even know who the man was. Didn't even know he was a Dolphins OC for 2 years in the early 2000s, in which both seasons we went 11-5. Didn't even know that. Most people didn't even know. Didn't even know. It's crazy to me, man. This man might be perfectly fine, but let me tell you something. There is a lot of rumblings about the quarterback coach that we have right now, that they're grooming him. This is rumbling, and at least I'm upfront to tell y'all it's rumbling. So it doesn't mean that it's 100% accurate, but there's a lot of talk from good sources that they're grooming the quarterback coach to become the future offensive coordinator. And if that's true, I understand the move even more. You bring in as much as you can as a veteran presence on the coaching staff to help these younger coaches develop and understand football philosophy and get other mindsets and ways to think about the game. So if what they're saying is true about grooming the quarterback's coach, then that's a good opportunity to bring in Gailey to, give him his tea, give him his aspect to it. So it's a lot going on with that, guys. We got 113 in the room, only 49 likes. Let's hit that like button, y'all. Help me out. Help me out, guys. Hit the like button. Let me see. Hold on, my homie. Hit me up. Bree, man, you got to hit me up about that later. And I don't understand, man. Yeah, if I'm going to be mad at you, then I'm already mad, man. I got your message just now, bro. You're going to have to tell me the details on that one, man. I think Gailey is solid. Awesome, man. I'm glad you feel that way, Ia. I'm glad you feel that way. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this either. It could be a straight up move for Rosen. Why? Because Fitzpatrick might actually, man, we might be shocked. I'm one who's been on record saying I don't know if Fitzpatrick's going to be on this roster next year because they're letting him earn all his incentives and all that stuff. But when you shout out to Plain Titan saying I need a radio show, yes, I do. Y'all need to hit them radio shows up and tell them what time it is, man. But when you look at it, Fitzpatrick plays so well in some aspects that he might actually get another year, even if it's just a partial year. He might actually be on the roster. I'm going to continue my thought process to say, yeah, he under contract, but none of it's guaranteed other than the bonuses he made. So I'm not worried about that. But I'm one that's saying right now, man, that he might. I don't think he will, but if he does, then there's a good possibility that's a good reason for the move. Here, let me bring this to y'all attention. Let me bring this to y'all attention. Do y'all know how old Joe Burrow is? Do y'all know how old Joe Burrow is? TD, when is the next panel? Whenever I get to DC, probably Monday will be a panel. He's 23 years old, guys. And Joe Burrow ain't even in the NFL yet, ladies and gentlemen. In his rookie year, he will be 24 years old, college grooming, getting a grown man. That's what you call a polished college player. Do y'all know how old Tua Tagovailoa is? Do you know how old Tua Tagovailoa is, guys? Welcome to the TD Talk radio show. I love it, man. I love it. I'll take that. Oh, man. Y'all say 21, 22, 21, 21, or 22, 23. Lamar only 22, Tua 22. All right, so 21, 21. See, nobody knows his age. Everybody just, I'm surprised EM ain't tell us. Rosen Aga has nothing to do with it, and I know you meant age. It does have everything to do with it. That's what people don't understand, man. This kid, Rosen, do you know how old Rosen is? Do you know how old he was? Forget how old he is. Let me put it like this. Do you know how old he was when he got drafted in the NFL? See, nobody talks about that. This kid was a prospect for the NFL at the age of 19. From my understanding, he was just turning 20 when he got in the NFL. Do y'all realize what that means? And this is more evidence of why I really feel like Flores and those guys are like, man, you're a kid that has talent. We're not in a rush with you. We're not in a rush. I mean, these kids coming out of college are 22, 23, in some cases 24 years old. And some of them still sitting a year. And you came in this league 19 going into 20, and they expected you to be on that field being a grown man. You're still a kid. And another thing that you got to revel about with Rosen is the simple fact that the man finished college at that age. Intelligent, finishing college, eligible, one of the youngest ever. They're not in a rush. So don't look at Rosen, oh, it's 2 wasted years. He ain't doing nothing but getting older. No, he's just hitting the age of what all these other quarterbacks coming out is. He's just hitting that age. Aaron Rodgers took 3 years to develop. Is he bad? Good point. Good point. If you ask me, even though I'm a Tannehill fan, Tannehill took 7 years. I was watching somebody this morning that said, see, people think that it's just Tannehill around a better team. But let me give you a stat about Tannehill. Tannehill had one of the worst pass protecting teams, a team that allowed more pressures than anybody in the NFL in a 7-year span, and he had a 60 quarterback rating. And what people don't know is Tennessee Titans are second worst in the league in allowing pressures, which means Tannehill still gets pressure at a high clip in Tennessee, but yeah, his passer ratings are off the charts in pressure situations where they blitz and do all of that. And the guy went on to say, not only does he have weapons around him now, but he just straight out got better as a player. He just got better as well. It's easy to say, oh, he was always this, he just never had anything around him, but that's not 100% the case. That has something to do with it. But he actually got better as a player as well. His offensive philosophy is totally different. And I want to even say to EM right now, and on that note, I kind of concede to some of the stuff you were saying early in the season. In regards to, I've been watching Tannehill now, and I actually see vast improvements that I never seen before. And I used to get on you, be like, man, stop hating. He always had it. So I apologize. I actually, it makes sense now to me that he has gotten better as well. Now, I mean, it's still the supporting cast, but he also got better. And yeah, EM says, I told you. But you still get no credibility because you still won't say he's playing elite football right now. So I don't care that you were a little bit right. How about that? How about that? How about that? EM, man, you should just get it out of you right now, bro. Like legitimately, just say, okay, TD, you're right. I just confess to you that you were right about something. You should just be truthful with the people right now and be truthful with yourself and just tell them right now, you're right, TD. Tannehill is playing elite football right now. Say it before the night so you can get more credibility. Say it before he ends Brady's future tonight. Say it before he put Brady to bed tonight. That way you got that much more credibility. Because I don't want to hear it after tonight. All right, I give him his props now. I don't mean nothing coming from you. This is your last chance, bro. Say it now or forever hold your peace. I won't say it live. He said, I won't say it live. Hey, y'all see what I'm talking about, man. Them biasness, man. They just can't put it. They just can't admit it, man. They can't admit it. It's ingrained in their soul. I rode so hard that he was no good. Now, who would I be if I say, oh, I was wrong? They just can't. They can't admit it, man. They can't admit it. Just like EM said, Chase Young was going back to school. He only said it because he wanted to pump the Tua narrative because we kept talking about we want Chase Young. Now, all of a sudden, he declared, I ain't hear a word from EM. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to notice these moments. So when he live, y'all don't give him a break. Don't give him no break. I never said that. Now he didn't say it, y'all. Oh, maybe I'm putting words in his mouth like he do with me 100% of the time. Oh, man. But anywho, man, it is what it is. We got some great games today. I'm going to be hitting that first game up. We're going to be streaming that. I'm in this stream in about 45 minutes. Give me an hour to just love on the babies a little bit, and then we going in hard. First game and second game, man. But I can't wait for the second game because I really don't know what to expect on tonight's game. We'll get into a little bit of that later, man. We'll get into a little bit of that. I want to actually just answer a lot of y'all questions and chat with y'all for a little, man. TD, what are your thoughts about Isaiah Simmons with the 5th pick? Again, first of all, where do you think Isaiah Simmons is going to be drafted? Take the whole 5th pick thing out. What is a fair draft slot for Isaiah Simmons? I want you to tell me that first. Y'all tell me in the comment section. Y'all tell me in the comment section, what is a fair shot? fair spot where Isaiah Simmons is around this pick or that pick. I want y'all to give me that. 5 through 10. 5 through 10. So this is where it gets scary. He's worth the 5th pick. But again, which would you prefer? Getting Isaiah Simmons at 5 or taking a chance and drafting at number 9 and still might have an opportunity on him, or one of those still good players and getting another first round pick next year? Which one would you prefer? That's why I'm in that zone of, I would get Isaiah Simmons at number 5, but at the same token, can I also get him at 9 and get another first round pick? And if he's not there at 9, I could still get a top player at 9 and a first round pick. That's just kind of how I feel about it, man. If you're not Burrow, Chase Young, Andrew Thomas, then for me, it is what it is, man. I mean, you're still going to get a day one starter with that first pick if we do it right. But again, if it's not those 3 guys, you could flip a pick and still get a day one starter and have more good assets. So shout out to Merle Garrett with the donation. Thoughts on Chan Gailey as offensive coordinator? I just answered that. That was about 10 minutes. About 10 minutes ago, we went through that for about 5 to 10 minutes on Chan Gailey. But honestly, I'm fine with the move. There's a lot of speculation on why, so it's hard to give a concrete analysis on it when you don't have the concrete why. There's a lot of things floating around. So, but either way, I'm good with it. We can't sit here and judge it as a negative until we see how this offense looks next year. Now it's going to be a little skewed because we should be better regardless, because we're about to go in the draft and free agency and pick up more protection and weapons. So we'll see. We'll see. We also lost a wide receiver coach, if I'm not mistaken. I think he just got promoted on another team. If I'm not mistaken, we lost our wide receiver coach. So change is gonna happen, guys. These things come. They come, man. It is what it is. What was that? Well, I must have read that wrong. Let me answer these questions. 2 linemen and Jonathan Taylor first round. Preston, Devontae, Ford, and Gesicki. Nice lineup, man. We need someone who's willing to make tackles. Yes, man. We need somebody on the defense, man. I want a better defense, y'all. At the end of the day, I want a better defense. That's just where I am. Joe Marino said they let go Chad O'Shea because he disagreed with the QB coach that they want to keep. Sometimes you have a lot of that drama too. But again, that QB coach is who I've heard rumors about they're pegging to be an offensive coordinator one day because he's talented. And that's why this Chan Gailey move, y'all can't look at that move as a long term. That's what gets me. People comment on it negatively as if this is the guy we're gonna have as our OC for the next 10 years. If you didn't see, if when we hired him, you didn't see this is a 1, 2, maybe 3 at the most years situation. It's not a long-term move. At least I don't spell that in my brain. That doesn't compute in my brain. And if it is, then it's like, man, I never saw that coming. But this is like a 1 or 2 year stint. And just like you say, he disagreed with the quarterback's coach. Well, I had a rumor from a reliable source that said that quarterback coach is the guy that they're trying to groom to become the offensive coordinator one day. He must be a superstar in the coaching world, and they have that, guys. Let me go ahead and put this out here now, man. I know we keep talking about Trevor Lawrence and all these quarterbacks and all this and that. I'm telling y'all now, man, y'all just remember the name Love. Just remember the name Love. I don't want y'all to be shocked if the Miami Dolphins are literally with a late first round pick, they say Love. I'm just saying. I'm telling y'all. I ain't even gonna go into detail, but I've been having a lot of conversation about that. Ain't gonna talk about with who or what, but I'm just saying, keep that in mind. And I've never been a guy that's literally sitting here like, oh, Jordan Love or this and that. I've been hearing that name for a while now. And it's just like, okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing that I've always been excited about because I didn't even follow him much until I started talking to certain people that know some stuff. And I look into him, and he's a quarterback. He's, I mean, if you ask me, let me ask some of y'all college enthusiasts. Jordan Love or Ryan Tannehill as a prospect coming out of college? I ain't asked you to Ryan Tannehill now. I ain't asked you to Ryan Tannehill that was in Miami. Whether you think Ryan Tannehill is great or sorry, as a prospect coming out of college, Jordan Love or Ryan Tannehill? Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Pick one. Shout out to Quint, man. Remember Rosen. Oh, yes. I'm just telling you. Trust me, Quint. There's a lot of reason for me to think Rosen is going to be the future. I'm just giving you some information that I've been privy to, I'd like to say. Don't mean it's going to be 100% correct. You know, you never know. Jordan Love all day. Love, Tannehill, love, Tannehill, love. You know, for me, I'll put it like this. Just to know that I'm hearing all these loves, even though some of y'all saying Tannehill, I know who I felt Tannehill was. So to hear y'all saying love coming out as a college prospect, that's why if that does happen, I'm not against it. Jordan Love could be the most talented of all quarterbacks, including a healthy Tua. EM. I'm just curious. I got to hit his answer before I move on. Hurry up and respond. Including Tua, a healthy Tua. Love, because Love played more as a QB than EM said yes. I don't believe it. I don't believe EM. I think he's trying to save face now for some reason. As much as he been talking about some freaking Tua, now he's, man, I don't want to listen to EM, man. Stop. Pick it up. You're gonna break it. Oh my gosh, y'all try to break this every time. Y'all give me a second. No, because if you break it, then you can't use it anymore. And I'm not gonna do another one. Pick it up. Yes, sir. You okay? There you go. Oh boy, too cute. And I don't want to stay on that too much longer, guys. The Love situation, it is what it is. I just been hearing some stuff. I've always said that, bro. I've never heard you say Jordan Love over Tua, EM. He said at Reason 13, have I not been consistent? Reason in the building? Maybe I ain't see him. Yeah, let me know, Reason. Maybe I'll backtrack and give EM a break. But I ain't never heard that. Never heard that, man. TD, last week, Dolphins beat the Patriots. I'm a Patriots fan. I'm salty. That's all right, Ron. You're going to be real salty tonight. You're going to be real salty tonight, man. Love, the most talented. Yeah, and then didn't he get in trouble recently, which might even lower his draft stock even more? I'm telling y'all better remember I said Jordan Love might be an option. All this Herbert and all this Lawrence and all these names people throwing out of this and that or next year and stuff. I'm just saying what I'm telling y'all, I could be totally wrong, but I'm just going on. I just hate using sources, even though sources that I use be reliable in a lot of cases. I just hate secondhand information. That's just how I am, y'all. But I'm gonna throw it out there and let y'all know it is secondhand information, but it's coming from some people that know some stuff. I'll just put it like that. Love is a mobile quarterback. We'll see, man. We'll see. We shall see. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, but yeah, but it does make me feel good to know that that's a major name that I wouldn't be mad about the pick. So TD, you pro Jordan Love? Yeah, I mean, I'm not negative Jordan. I'm not against Jordan Love. I don't see a problem with it. But we'll see, man. We'll see how that goes. I don't think we need to. I mean, I don't think we're getting him anyway. No, TD, it's a possibility. I know it is. I mean, I'll leave it alone. I don't want Jordan in the first. Okay. What if they draft Love at 5? Now that's a good one. Then if they draft Love at 5, I wouldn't be happy about it. Of course, I would support it. Just like if they drafted Tua at 5, I would not be happy about it. Well, I would be a little more than not happy about it, but I would support it. I would give my 2 days of bashing, and then I'll get right back on board. But Jordan Love at 5, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I would support it. And it would be a positive regardless, if you ask me, but it's not what I would have done with the number 5 pick. With all these quarterbacks anyway, and you can get Jordan Love probably late in the first, unless his stock just keeps going up. You can get him later in the first, especially if Houston loses today. You should definitely be able to get him with one of those the Pittsburgh or the Houston pick. So I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy about that, man. But if we did, then we did. That's how I would feel about it. Simmons, Biadasz, Leatherwood. Yeah, some common names: Biadasz, Gross Matos, Espinosa. If we move down out of number 5 to 8 or 9, Esponza, however you pronounce it, Espinosa, Esponza, however it is, he's a viable option. Again, if I had my way, guys, I would take my number 5 pick, and if I'm lucky enough to give a second pick, I'll go get Chase Young. I would take my number 5 pick and add a second round pick and go get Chase Young. That's just me. And in a more non-realistic world, I'll take my 5th round pick, and if Andrew Thomas is available, I'll get him at 5. That's just me. That's what I would do. Trade down for Chase Young, you better know it. I ain't giving away 2 first rounders, but I'll part with a first and a second. Yes, I would. TD would. I want Chase Young, y'all. Now, in free agency, if we go ahead and get Ngakoue, all that stops. If we get Ngakoue, listen, if we can get him in free agency, then I would actually make it even more of a priority to get Andrew Thomas with my first pick. You got a premier end and a premier tackle. In the first round just started. And you got 2 more first round picks. And let me tell y'all now, with them other 2 first round picks, call me crazy all you want, but I would if it was a TD draft, if it was a TD offseason, I'm going after Clowney or Ngakoue in the offseason. I'm going after Clowney or Ngakoue. Now, I ain't opposed to that. Matthew Judon, I ain't opposed to that, EM. But right now, my mind is on Ngakoue. Him and Clowney, I'm going after those guys in the offseason. If I can get one of them, I'm getting Andrew Thomas with my first pick. Then I'm coming around. What pick do we got? 18? I think we got 18. I'm coming at 18. And I might even be reaching at Gross Matos. I'm getting 2 DNs. One in free agent proven and the other one for the future. And let them battle it out in camp. Taco, you want this spot? You got to win it. All these guys win a 3-4, Van Ginkel, all those guys, they got to earn that edge or that third or that fourth linebacker spot. I'm giving straight D-line dogs at competition. Just imagine you can go get Gross Matos and have Ngakoue on your roster next year with the guys we already got that shows flashes and stuff. You ain't worrying about your D-line. You got enough and you got depth. And then I'm taking that Houston pick at number 21 probably because they're going to lose. Well, I don't know if they're going to lose, honestly, you know, with J.J. Watt back now. But if we get that pick now, guys, I might even go O-line again. I might even be looking at Biadasz. I might be trying to grab him. I got 2 trenches, DN trenches, and I got 2 O-line trench players. And now, once again, I'm going to continue. If this was TD's draft, I'm telling one of those teams picking around 24, 25 who want to take a chance. Hey, you want my 2021 first round pick that I got from Houston? Give me your pick. Now, I know people usually wouldn't do that because, well, you're going to take a 25th pick to trade a pick that could be a lot higher next year. Could be. And it's the Houston Texans. Unless they just straight take a nosedive next year. I don't know. But I would go right back in the 4th this year, have me 4 first-round picks. And then I'm going to grab a potential love, a quarterback. I'm going to find them. And now I'm sitting back with this team that we have right now, and I'm saying, I done fixed my D-line. I got a great start on my O-line. Plus, we probably going to do some more O-line work in free agency. You done fixed your trenches in the first round already on both sides of the ball. You already got your receivers. One way or another, you're going to have your quarterback, whether it's Rosen, Fitzpatrick, or that first-round pick we got. Now you can sit back and say, all right, what do we need left? Let's make these second-round picks count. Now you're looking for one of the best linebackers on the board. Now you're looking for one of them good cornerbacks that can really be that guy in the second round. Or maybe even you looking for the running back. Shout out to Quint with the donation, said Jason Eason or Tate from Arizona. You put me on the spot on that one, Eason, man. And I don't feel great about it. But Eason. I'm going Jason. Jacob, I'm saying Jason. You put me on the spot with that one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But them second rounders, man. Them second rounders, you like Hurts, TD? I don't dislike Hurts. I like Hurts, but again, I'm not like, oh, Hurts. Listen, man, you ain't gonna get me to be like, yeah, about nobody unless I'm yeah about him. And if I'm yeah about him, you already heard me be yeah about him. I'm sorry, guys. I set the bar high at every position. And that's why people always saying that I'm hating on people. I set the bar high on every position. In this draft, if you ain't Chase Young, Andrew Thomas, or Joe Burrow, then you could still be a day one talent that I'm raving about in the future, but you got to come in this league and prove it. That's just how I am. That's how I am. But again, back to those second round picks. I'm taking those second round picks, and I'm like, what should we do? I'm like, get me another linebacker, one of the best ones in the draft, because you're going to get a top linebacker. It ain't going to be number 1 and number 2, but you're going to get a top linebacker in the draft with your second round pick because you're picking early in the second round. 37th pick or something like that. Let me see, man. What y'all talking about with Quinn? What else we got? Don't let me have Quint come on the next live and shut you down like he always do, man. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, man, them second round picks. I'm gonna tell y'all now, those second round picks are gonna mean everything to us. We already know we're gonna get better on the D line. We know we're gonna get better on the O line, but those second round picks, that's where that's our determination, man. That's where we win. We got two of them, and one of them's really early. Man, them second round picks, y'all. It's like, what do we do? And that's where you want to start looking at. Maybe we're gonna grab that running back. Maybe we're gonna get that linebacker, that third one to feel good about. Maybe we're gonna get that corner. Because in free agency, I think we're gonna get a corner in free agency. I couldn't imagine we don't. With what's available and we got money. Let me tell you free agency priorities, y'all. Defensive end, offensive guard. Now remember, these guys play multiple positions. We ain't getting nobody that don't play multiple positions on the O-line. We getting a defensive end, we getting an offensive guard, and we getting a cornerback. We getting more, but that's my free agency priorities. Those are my free agency priorities. And mind you, I ain't even bring up the Xavier Howard situation yet. We don't even know how that's going to go. Matter of fact, it's so crazy that he done got arrested. The league still got to come down and put the gavel. We ain't even talk about that. The league's still going to come out and put a gavel down. So he probably going to be suspended. Even if it don't turn out to be that big of a deal. He's still going to get some games. It's just a question of how many games, y'all. Okay, yeah, how long? 40 minutes. That's what it was. But I'll grab it in about 10. You okay? All right. My bad, y'all. But he's still gonna have to sit. He might even have to sit down for a while. And you're spot on, Holden. Another season that we ain't gonna get 16 games from a guy that's the highest paid on the team outside of Rashad Jones, but I think he's done. Another season, and we ain't even talking about injury, that we might have a guy miss 2 to 4 games. Another season, man. Man, don't let him miss 2 to 4 games and then he get hurt too. I'm going off. I'm dedicating a 10-hour stream on going off, telling people I'm getting rude, telling people just shut up. Shut up. Criticizing me every time I bring up Xavier Howard talking about I'm hating. Oh my gosh. And the sad thing is, I ain't even think about it until I just talked to y'all about it just now. It ain't hit my mind until just now that this guy might not even be playing all 16 games next year if healthy, because he might be suspended up to 4 or 6 games. I don't know. With the situation, it should be 2 to 4. Shouldn't be that 6 and all of that. It's going to put his hands on you, TD. He got to catch me with them crutches first. I'm just saying. I just keep it 100 now. But I ain't worrying about him anyway. Man, TD avoided my question. I wasn't avoiding it. I just ain't see it. But you saying I avoided it gave me the albeit to go find it. There it is. TD, would you trade the Texans pick for Yannick Ngakoue if they did a sign and trade? Hey, that was a good question, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a later first round pick. Absolutely. Sign and trade. Now, hold on. Now, how much you signing them for now? Let's not get out of control. If they sign him for something that we would be willing to pay. Yes. No question. But why would I? So I'm going to backtrack all of that. if it would guaranteed us getting him and other teams were trying to grab him. But he's going to be a free agent. He's done. So I'm calling him in and throwing that money at him and saying and trying to sell him to come here. What you're basically asking is this. TD, do you have confidence that we can convince him to come to Miami, or would we need to try to take the sign and trade route? That's what you're really at. That's your question. I know that ain't your question, but that's what the question should be. TD, do you think we have what it takes to convince him to come here, or should we just sign and trade for him? That's what it really is. Because why would I waste a first round pick if I can convince him to come? Sign and trade, he got to come because they signed and traded. But at the same token, if he don't want to come to Miami, he ain't going to sign and trade anyway. He not going to sign because he going to know who they trading him to in the sign because he ain't going back to Jacksonville. So let me backtrack everything I said. No, I wouldn't. Because why am I going to waste a first round pick on something I could have did without using it anyway? You tried to give me that, Chase. That was a trick question. If he still had a year left on his contract, then yes, that makes sense. One moment, guys. Yes? I'm coming. It's all done. My bad, guys. I'm gonna tend to these babies in just a moment, but you can get him for free. Exactly. So I had to think that one through. Chris tried to throw a curveball in there quick on me, man. Had me talking about, because I would if it was a year left on his contract. But no, I wouldn't. I would just try to outright straight up get him. He's a really good player, y'all. He's legit. I watched this film, man. And I remember when they played Tennessee a few weeks ago, I watched it. He was the only one getting back there. Giving Tannehill some pressures and hits. And Ngakoue, he's the truth, man. Like TD would say, X ain't about that life. Pushing a lady away different than pushing a grown man. Listen, man, I ain't getting into all fighting words with about X and all that. I ain't what I do. At the end of the day, we all grown. If you're a grown man, you don't need to talk about that type of stuff. It is what it is. And whatever happens is what happens. Let's get it, baby. Anyway, I would prefer a free agent DN because they would probably handle the defensive line better than a rookie. It ain't even that. It's the fact that you get a proven guy. If the guy is under 28 years old, you could still get the best 4 years out of their life at that position. If he's 26 or something like that, oh my gosh. Them the guys you might even want to give a fifth year to. So we'll see, man. But we got a lot of action today that's going to be happening, guys. Would you sign Dante Fowler? Maybe. It just depends on the team dynamic and the situation at the moment. You want to have some veterans and stuff like that on your roster and depend on the price, all that type of stuff. So I don't know. It's a short drive from Jacksonville to Miami. Hey, I thought about that last week. I was like, hey, because he tweeted something that said, thanks, Jacksonville. So it's a good chance that he's out of there. And it ain't far. And hopefully he fell in love with the weather. So we'll see. Ngakoue or Clowney? Ngakoue. It doesn't mean he better, but I would go Ngakoue because he doesn't have the health concerns that Clowney has. See, a lot of people don't know about that. I even just found out more detail from Mr. Ballgame about Clowney's injury, that they've been he's been under load management too. He has an injury, so I would go Ngakoue. See, EM keeps saying Juden. Hey, I ain't opposed to it, but I don't know. You keep saying he's a better fit. Mm. Okaha. You mean Okuda? Juden is the better player. You think so? Listen, man. EM, you know my stance. If I can get a top guy that's bringing pressure and doing their job, I don't care if your name was TD. If you can create pressure, I don't care if you was undrafted coming from the Chinese league. If you can create pressure, sign him. Why not both? Why not? Why not? I'm gonna tell y'all now though. One thing that I do want, I gotta get me a cornerback. Outside of the offensive line and defensive line priorities I have, you got to get me a cornerback. You got to get me a cornerback opposite of part-time Xavier Howard. That's what I'm gonna start calling him. Xavier Howard is a part-time player in the NFL. He don't get 40 hours a week. He get more like 28. And that's fair. So y'all can say I'm hating all I want. That's as fair as it can get. That's the most accurate assessment of how I can call it. Xavier Howard is a part-time NFL player. He works 28 hours a week. He don't do 40. He don't know what overtime is. So I need me a full-time employee at the cornerback position. That's great. Just what it is. Are the young men from the 49ers. Now, take a look at wide receiver Jalen Reeves and TSU. I'm not very familiar. I'll have to check it out. If you get a chance on this video, go to the comment section and put it in there. So when I see it later, I can go look at some film. Putting him in Derrick Brown, and it's a wrap in stopping the run. Give me Byron Jones. I'm with Byron Jones too, but is there a better option? Who do you take? Byron Jones or Richard Sherman? Put it in the comment section right now. Who would you take right now? Byron Jones or Richard Sherman? Just beat Patriots with no cornerbacks, but their receiving core sucks this year. So I mean, I don't sit here and get blinded now. Yeah, it was a great team win against a great defense. See what you need to be proud about that happened. Yeah, I mean, don't be proud about the defense and what they did to the Patriots. Don't be proud of that. They got a trash wide receiving core. Edelman with a shoulder injury. He ain't even look like Edelman. Don't be proud of that. What you need to be proud of is this offense doing what they did against their defense. That's where your proudness comes from. That's what you should be proud about with beating the Patriots. Don't put no merit behind our defense stopping their offense like that. I mean, you get a guy's credit. They came out, they competed, they battled, they didn't lay down, they did their job. All good. I like that. Good job, defense. But your real credit is what your offense was able to do. That's it. Okay? Let's get that straight with that Patriots game now. So I want to hear these cornerbacks beat the Patriots. Okay, these Patriots have sucked all year on offense. Let me be more accurate. They've 80% of this season that offense sucked. And they look great against teams that played very bad. TD, what's setting your toaster on? The highest one. I watch it. I don't let it pop up on its own. How about that? Can we just get Xavier Rose? I don't want no more names that start with an X. How about that? I cracked myself up with that one. I'd rather have Trey White. Can Tennessee come into New England and win? Why not? Anybody can. It don't mean they will, but anybody can. Right? TD, I hope the Titans kill the Patriots today. I hope Tannehill wins the Super Bowl, man. I don't want to think about that, man. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be sad for weeks, man. I'll be sad. I'll be so sad. My quarterback. That's right. I said it. Full-time availability is a great value. Xavier Howard's hanging around with Rashad Jones too long, man. Now he done went part-time. He done put his papers in to Stephen Ross. I like to go part-time. And they approved it and gave him money. He was going part-time before, and then he said, I want to be a full-time, part-time player. And they said, okay, and we'll pay you top dollars. Desperation. Anywho. TD, who's your worm guy? I don't know what a worm is. I don't know what a worm guy is. Maybe I ain't up on that lingo yet, so just educate me. I love being educated on stuff I don't know. So fill me in. I want the Dolphins to get Richard Sherman, James White, and Tom Brady. Is Henry staying with the Titans or going to be a free agent? That's up to the team. If they give him his money, he'll be there. If they don't, he'll be a free agent, or they might tag him. It's crazy. They talk about paying Tannehill a real deal for 4 years and tagging Henry, and Henry won a deal. So I don't know. Would you spend the Texans pick on a running back? I could see us possibly doing it. I wouldn't, but I could see that happening. I would get my running back in the second round because we might luck out and have the guy we want right there at number 37 if he slides about 8 to 9 spots. Titans would be foolish to lose Henry. I get it. Ravens will let Pierce go for sure, 100%. Jimmy Smith walking if he didn't take a pay cut. Man, you're going to have a lot of great players that teams are going to have to let walk. But the important thing is talking about why they're letting them walk. Everybody want to ignore that. The important thing to talk about is why teams let players walk. Because they can't afford them or this and that and this. Ravens better start saving money. Because in about a year or two, they're about to be talking about giving somebody $45 million a year. They better start saving money. And if they were smart, they just say, hey, go to another team. Man, y'all, and I don't want to talk about that subject again because it gets under my skin. That's one of the things that gets under my skin. The whole subject on spending money on a quarterback, spending those top dollars, which I think is the most ridiculous thing ever. And just for people to argue with me about that, what else are you going to do? Let them go? It really gets under my skin. That is the one subject that gets under my skin because for the life of me, people are willing to keep their quarterback even if it means you won't win again. In which it's always spelled that there has never been a situation you made a quarterback the top paid quarterback and you went and won. It has never happened. And then if you look at all those teams, everybody will say, well, you know, they don't have all the necessary pieces around that quarterback, and they ignore why. That's the subject that defines this league in today's era that gets under my skin, and why so many teams are going in a circle, just keep losing and trying to figure it out, firing coaches, cutting players, trading players, trying to get the right mix, when all along is the fact you gave that guy all that money. And people don't see that. Oh, you crazy if you think they're going to cut that guy. Oh, I don't think they're going to cut him. So I'm not crazy. But they should cut him. You crazy if you think they should cut him. I'm crazy because I want to win Super Bowls. And you can't when you do that. A QB keeps your franchise relevant. Okay. A QB keeps your franchise relevant. That's what y'all chasing, relevance. And don't get me wrong, we know why the organizations do it because the QB makes the organization more and more money. Even if you don't win Super Bowls, they're still making money. I get that. But as a fan, what are you looking for? Relevance? Is that what y'all want? Relevance? Is that what we trying to find? Relevance? Winning keeps you relevant. No. Don't say no. That person wasn't wrong in what they said. That person ain't wrong in what they said. Shout out to Ingraven in the building. I see you, homie. Yeah, we talk about your quarterback in this situation too. I know what that person said when a quarterback does keep you relevant. The top quarterbacks that won all that money, they keep you relevant because they're good enough to win you 9, 10, 11, 12 games a season. Every time they get in the playoffs, Every time. No, I ain't just talking about Lamar now, Engraving. He just fits into this mold right now, and I'm hoping that he be the first one to break that barrier. But we won't know for another 3 years. Because the only time that these quarterbacks have to win Super Bowls and do the great things for their organization, just like Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Patrick Mahomes, and all these guys, the only time that they have to do anything like that is on their rookie deal. You know why? Because it's the only time it has ever happened is when they're on their rookie deal. But everybody ignores every time as soon as they got their money. And once again, let me go back to the facts at hand here, y'all. They're going to give them their money. They're going to get paid. But people don't know the death sentence that you're writing with that. And maybe it ain't a death sentence. It's just a sick sentence for the rest of that quarterback's tenure making that kind of money. Because it just hasn't happened. And then I tell people, oh, TD, you don't know that. You don't know that with Mahomes. You don't know that with this person or that person. Okay, let's go back to the last 10 years. History showed us. Cam Newton, rookie deal, looked like he was going to be the next coming of whoever you want to name him. Soon as he got his money, well, TD, it wasn't just the money. It was the injuries. It was a combination. His injury just blinded you from it. RG3, Kaepernick, all these guys, as soon as they got their money, you know, the one person that broke that barrier, Andrew Luck. He was still, but he still ain't win nothing. He still ain't win the dance. But he was the one that I thought was going to break that barrier first. He was the one that I thought that was going to get over that threshold. But look at the beating he had to take by not being able to put everything around him. It just never happened. Tannehill, he was in that era. All these guys. We've seen this show before. The sad thing is, when it comes to the Ravens, sorry to say this, Engraving, they're the only team to repeat it again. Same thing happened with Flacco. People forget he was on his rookie deal when it happened, playing at a high level. And sometimes it ain't the quarterback playing at a high level, it's everything around him because you can afford it that make you look that much better. Soon as Flacco got his money, he never looked like he did in that Super Bowl year. Can I interest you in Nick Foles, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, the evidence is all around you. Anthony, I'm not on the Streamlabs right now. I'm on YouTube. Starting Monday, I'll be back on Streamlabs to let some of you guys come in on the chat. Tennessee has won 9+ games for 4 consecutive seasons. Watch this, guys. Longest streak since 87-93. 7 consecutive seasons. I don't know what the point is behind that. And Mariota is still making $25 a year. And again, my argument ain't sitting here talking about guys who win in 4 and 5. I mean, going to the playoffs. I'm talking about legitimate Super Bowl threats. Flacco has always been the same guy before and after the money in the playoffs. He was different, but as for regular season Flacco, he was always the same guy. But was the team the same? See, that's another thing we're talking about. The argument that I have is your player is your player. If he's good, he's good. If he's bad, he's bad. He's going to be the same guy. But when you give him the money, it doesn't have anything to do about the quarterback anymore. When you give him the money, it has nothing to do about the quarterback anymore. It has everything to do with everything around him now. Take a pie. A pie is a circle, okay? If you make one little slice, a 1/8 slice of it, okay, your quarterback's getting 1/8. And the rest of the team is getting 7/8. But it makes a difference when you give your quarterback 3/8 of the pie and the rest of your team getting 5/8. The level of talent around the quarterback is gone then. Team definitely took a hit when Flacco got paid. And that's the scary thing, Engraven. This is what I try to tell people. When Flacco got his money, Flacco was only taking up about 12% of the salary cap. Quarterbacks went from 8 and 9%, and Flacco got his money. The salary cap rose, but he took up 12%. He took more. He took up a higher percent, and the teams definitely took a hit. But nobody's noticing in the last 10 years, these quarterbacks are, if Lamar Jackson gets $45 million a year, he is going to be in with the projected salary cap at that time being about 215. He is literally about to take up about 22% of the cap. And what do we do? Let him go? You're not going to let him go, first of all, because he makes the organization money. But to me, it's a trap. And you better hope the teams that's going through this get it done on the rookie deal. At least bring a championship during the rookie deal. Make the organization feel great. Because you get that Super Bowl, you at least done bought yourself 10 years of relevance and an excited fan base that maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year. You got to get it done on that rookie deal. And then you might get a few people that even say, I'll take a pay cut to keep this together. But if you don't get it done on your rookie deal, oh my gosh, you're going to pay the guy and your team's going to suffer. And at your peak, you'll be good enough to get into the playoffs every year, but never enough to advance past the championship round. That's just history. That's what history shows you. And again, Lamar Jackson might be the first one that breaks that barrier. He'll be the second one that I said could break it because Andrew Luck was the first for me. But his dual play and what he brings to the game might be the first one. He might be the first one to break that barrier, to have less talent around him than he does now. Because people say the Ravens defense is good. Imagine taking away 2 of your top pieces. Are they still good? Maybe, but not as great. And those things matter when you get to championship rounds and things like that. Maybe. Tom Brady gave everybody the proof. Why aren't you the highest paid player in the NFL, Tom Brady? In his exact words, because I enjoy the competitive advantage of winning. Competitive advantage. I enjoy having better talent surround me. It's funny how Tom Brady, which I was going to do a segment on this, but I'll just briefly talk about it now. It's funny how every year Tom Brady make players around him better, and this year he ain't making nobody better. Maybe, just maybe, everybody got it wrong, like I've been telling y'all forever. He don't make people around him better. They were just good. They were above average players to begin with. He's always had above average players. And people literally say, he makes them better. He's always had above average players. So tell me what's going on now. Why isn't Tom Brady making people around him better now? Why are they looking putrid at times on offense? And that's not it. I understand the wide receivers aren't great, but hey, y'all don't give Tannehill that excuse. Well, receivers been dropping the balls for Tom Brady, TD. Oh, but when we say that about somebody else, we don't care. Oh, but it's Tom Brady now. Stop. Tom Brady is a GOAT in the system. He's a system quarterback, and you're spot on by saying that, 420 Fuego. He's a system quarterback who allows everybody in that system around him to get paid good money to have above average players. Across the board, New England typically has above average players across the board. Other teams have 4 or 5 really good players and everybody else suspect that can be exploited. And what do the Patriots do? They exploit those suspect players. That's all they've done. That's all they've been doing. And now all of a sudden he can't move the offense like he has before. And now it still ain't Tom Brady's fault. It's the people around him. But hold on. What made Tom Brady great, what people want to tell you is what made him great is what he's been able to do without anything. But as time, just like Edelman didn't get recognition until last year. That's the saddest thing in this NFL. Y'all tell me I'm lying. Julian Edelman didn't get the recognition he deserved until last year and didn't get it until the last 2 games of the season. But this is the same guy Tom Brady been having, who's been playing the same high level of football. Julian Edelman ain't got better in the last 2 years. He been the same guy. It's just they had a few less weapons last year, so he got targeted more and he caught more. He been still the same reliable guy, just with less targets in the other years. This is why I be arguing with y'all. Y'all put too much credit on the quarterback position. This is a team sport. This is a team sport. I can guarantee you he'll still be good, but Lamar Jackson wouldn't look as good as he does if you told me remove 2 or 3 of them pieces from the offense and put a below average guy there. Listen, man, if I handpick 2 or 3 of those guys on that offense around him, that offense wouldn't be the same. Same thing in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes ain't looked the same as he did last year. I wonder why. I wonder why, man. I wonder why. For example, the Ravens left tackle. It's about time someone says that. I've been saying it forever. Father Time is undefeated, TD. It's not over yet. Yeah, I know. But nobody can sit here and tell me what's happening to Brady this season has anything to do with Father Time. I don't want to hear that. We've been saying that for 5 years. Tom Brady throwing the ball to the ground because nobody open has nothing to do with Father Time. Him throwing that pick to Eric Rowe last week because nobody was open because he was frustrated has nothing to do with Father Time. His play this year had nothing to do with Father Time. He looking across that field and nobody's been open. Now remember, I ain't blaming Brady for that. But ain't it funny how a quarterback can look if they ain't in the first time he didn't make a Pro Bowl? He didn't make a Pro Bowl. It had nothing to do with Father Time. It has something to do with the core that's around him. And people, when we finally acknowledge that, we'll start to realize Brady's always had talent around him. You just ain't know it because these guys don't go to the Pro Bowl. Because there's 7 out of 10 players, which is all you need. Man. Anywho, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all in about an hour for the first playoff game. We're rooting for the Buffalo Bills. I almost vomited. We're rooting for the Buffalo. We're rooting for the Buffalo Bills. Y'all know who we're rooting for, okay? We're rooting for them so that we can have a better draft pick with this Houston pick, okay? All right? That's what we're going to be rooting for, okay? It's what we've come to, y'all. But it would be a good move, though. Let's keep it 100. That'll be a good look. If they lose and we can get that draft pick that's number 20 or 21, because some of the teams that might lose this weekend have a better record than Houston. So this will be a very good game. Hopefully y'all know what team do their job. All right. So I'll see y'all soon. I'm streaming both games, guys. I'll be doing the Buffalo game and the Tennessee game. Because them the 2 teams that I'm rooting to win. I'm rooting for. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see Tennessee eventually play Baltimore. I just want to. I want to see that happen. But we'll see. It's TD Phins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. I'll see y'all soon. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Thank everybody who donated. And thank you to my new Patreons, man. Everybody who signed up on the Patreon. I have a $2 Patreon, $4, a $8, a $15 Patreon, whatever one you sign up for. Thank you. Guys, the link is in the description below. Y'all go check out the Patreon. It's another way where you can support TD Fans Talk, help us grow, be bigger and better in everything that we do. So those who have showed that type of love and supported via Patreon every month with that donation, love y'all. Appreciate that. I love all y'all regardless. All right. Love all you. That's right, Ingraven. I want to see it, man. Tennessee versus the Ravens. Don't get nervous, Ingraven. Don't get nervous. Hey, if that happens, you know we got to collab, man. You know we got to collab, man. But I'm out of here, y'all. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. God bless you all. Happy New Year's again. I wish the best for all of you and your families, excuse me, your loved ones. And y'all keep Mr. Ballgame in your prayers. He's traveling right now, so y'all make sure y'all keep him in your prayers. He on a little journey right now, so I've been checking in. He's doing good, being a road warrior right now. So y'all just keep him in your prayers. And again, I love all y'all, man. I'll see y'all soon. I see y'all in about 50 minutes for the live stream for the Houston Texans versus Buffalo. Sorry, I can't say their name straight. But anyway, I'll see y'all soon, man. Peace. It's TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Love y'all, man.